Did you know that for the first time, Australian players causing a stir in the NFL spotlight will be able to display their country's flag on their helmets? As part of the league's international series, 8 players from Down Under will receive an Australian flag sticker on their club's headsets for the next 2 weeks. And in this video, we'll talk about how they're making a big statement for the NFL for the first time. First off, at number 8, we have Jordan Mailata from the Eagles. Jordan Mailata of the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line is without a doubt the most well-known of the group. In addition to being regarded as one of the best left tackles in the game, he also appears on the American version of the popular reality series The Masked Singer. The 203cm, 166kg offensive line, who played for the South Sydney Rabbitohs before breaking through in the US, is prospering in one of the league's top offenses at what many consider to be the second most crucial position in football. Mailata, who was initially from Bankstown in southwest Sydney, was selected as an international recruit in the 7th round of the 2018 NFL Draft and inked a massive $86 million contract last year. Wearing the Australian flag on his helmet is a great tribute to how far he has come. He previously stated that his mother worked full-time, 6 days a week, about 12 hours a day, especially when he was growing up. His dad was a handyman. He worked 2 jobs and could literally fix anything. If you truly want to place all your eggs in one basket, don't second-guess yourself, just do it. Following this advice, he didn't want to let his family, his last name, or his father down. Despite his tremendous pride in his Australian and Samoan ancestry, he now wants to be remembered for his achievements in the gridiron. Mailata said to ESPN last month that he just wished to be recognized as a football player and a left tackle. At number 7, we have Fa'alele from the Ravens. Fa'alele, the league's biggest player at 203cm and 176kg, had a slightly unusual route to get there. He played collegiate football for the University of Minnesota before getting selected by the Baltimore Ravens in April. Besides being the team's 4th-string left tackle, Fa'alele was thrust into the starting lineup despite a streak of injuries. And after their painful loss to Miami on Monday morning, Lamar Jackson praised him highly. According to Jackson, he simply started dominating as he did in college. He added that none of them had any doubts about him. He considerably improved, and for that, he earned some praise. At number 6, we have Michael Dickson from the Seahawks. The punter put his first set of shoulder pads over his head shortly after stepping foot in the United States of America. The distance between his location and his Australian home was more than 8,000 miles, but at the time, it seemed like 8 billion. Michael Dickson has advanced further than any other football player in the past 3.5 years. He has the ability to hang a football in the air for an impossible amount of time or launch one into the air like a bottle rocket, casting doubt on Isaac Newton's most well-known hypothesis: few players can boost their sideline as he can. On Twitter and YouTube, he can trend. Additionally, the Seahawks rookie might be redefining a position in the process. Dickson will also be proudly displaying an Australian flag on his helmet. Dickson is widely regarded as the league's best punter after previously playing AFL for the Swans and receiving a $21 million contract with the Seahawks. To see such a legend proudly representing his country is nothing less than making a statement to the world that you never forget your roots. The Australian flag worn proudly shows that although Dickson is playing for an American team, he's Australian at heart and holds his country in equal regard. Next up, at number 5, we have Mitch Wishnowsky from the 49ers. The most recent Australian punter selected in the NFL Draft was Mitch Wishnowsky. The 27-year-old native of Perth graduated from Nathan Chapman's Pro Kick Australia Academy. While in Utah, he received the Ray Guy Award as the nation's top college punter, and the San Francisco 49ers selected him in the first round. During the 7-round draft, he was selected as the first punter. Wishnowsky, who stands at 188 centimeters tall, has a large, tough leg and deadly accuracy. He's one of the stars that was made for the game. One look at him will remove any doubts that you had in the first place. Wishnowsky recently put on an incredible effort that helped the 49ers defeat Seattle and was praised by cult NFL pundit and former punter Pat McAfee. Only a few days earlier, the Perth native had signed a significant $19 million contract. He is one of the 8 proud Australians who play for Australia in the NFL. At number 4, we have Aaron Siposs from the Eagles. Siposs is a very talented player, and he ranks 24th in raw yards per punt and 28th in net yards per punt in the league. He's also ranked 28th in Puntalytics PEPA, which evaluates the worth of individual plays in terms of predicted performance. Only 7 of Siposs's 16 punts have pinned opponents inside their 20-yard line. With 3 touchbacks, he's tied for the second highest total. Siposs only had 3 touchbacks over the whole 2021 season, which is problematic given his touchback statistics. His net average of 39.9 yards is over 10 yards less than the best net average in the league. Now that's what you call talent. Siposs hasn't had a punt go out of bounds, which indicates that either the Eagles don't value directional corner kicks or Siposs is still learning how to do it. Either way, this Australian punter has a lot of potential, and the Eagles just need to get him to focus on his area of expertise. He'll make a statement in the NFL wearing the Australian flag proudly, that's for sure. With such a talented player showing his country proudly, we're all filled with a sense of pride for our their own nations. Moving on, at number 3 we have Cameron Johnston from the Texans. 7 Houston Texan players are participating in a league-wide attempt to represent their cultural heritage. The NFL recognizes the rising diversity of nations and cultures in the player-led initiative in collaboration with over 200 players, coaches, and executives. If they lived in that nation for 2 years or more, or if a parent or grandparent was born there, players may choose to wear the flag of a foreign nation or territory in addition to the American flag. In order to make a statement in the NFL, punter Cameron Johnston donned the Australian flag sticker on the back of his helmet during the game versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Johnston further said in a statement that he was very excited when he heard the news. His whole family lives in Australia and he lived there till he was 21, so it's a big deal for him to be able to represent his country in his games. We can only imagine how proud his family back home must be. At number 2, we have Adam Gotsis from the Jaguars. The Australian and Nigerian flags will be displayed on the helmets of 2 Jacksonville Jaguar players who are on that list: defensive lineman Adam Gotsis and linebacker Foye Oluokun. Gotsis, 30, was born in Melbourne, Australia, and played Australian rules football as a child before switching to American football at the age of 13. The Denver Broncos selected him in the second round of the 2016 NFL Draft after he immigrated to the United States in 2012 to play collegiate football at Georgia Tech. He does this to honor his nationality and cultural background. Future NFL players will be inspired by this and learn that it's important to always remember your roots. And finally, at number 1, we have Matt Leo from the Eagles. The Australian-born professional American football defensive end Matthew Leo, who was born on May 8, 1992, plays for the Philadelphia Eagles of the National Football League. He participated in this International Player Pathway program while playing college football at Iowa State before joining the Eagles in 2020. On September 4th, 2020, he was released at the final roster trim, and 2 days later, under the terms of an international player exemption, he was added to the practice squad. On January 4th, 2021, he agreed to a reserve/future deal with the team. In the 4th round of the CFL Global Draft in April of 2021, the Edmonton Elks selected Leo. He received an NFL roster exemption as a foreign player for a second season on May 4th, 2021. Leo was released by the Eagles on August 31st, 2021, and the next day, he was re-signed to the practice squad. On January 18, 2022, he agreed to a reserve/future deal with the team. That's just achievement after achievement for the man, and we cannot be more proud. And that's all for this video. Do you think this is a proud moment for the players? And which ones are you most excited to see? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.